So what is the untapped notary market that pays 300 plus per appointment? So if you know me and you kind of know my background, you know what this is because this is the one that I always talk about that I did and do and started off doing more when I was making more money. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, first, my name is Knowledge, seven-figure entrepreneur in the notary business. Been doing this for about 8 years. And when I started taking it seriously, that's when things really started taking off for me. So now I just share information now on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, so people can, get their money up in the notary business as well. So anyways, what is that untapped notary market? Getting straight into it, estate planning. So what is estate planning? In layman's terms, it's doing a conglomerate of different documents to help people plan and put things to the side for their future. Usually people that are a little bit more affluent, a little bit wealthy, got a little bit of money, people that got money, rich people, basically. Does it always have to be rich people? 9 times out of 10, the clients that I had were pretty heavy in the pockets, if you know what I mean. But anyways, so estate planning, that can be a multitude of different documents. So we kind of just use the word estate planning as like an umbrella term. But in my business, that's usually included with the healthcare derivatives, your power of attorneys. So that's your financial and your medical power of attorneys. That could be your trust, your will, and sometimes it's a few other documents. But off the top of my head, those are the ones. And what I realized is I used to live closer to the Palm Beach area. So if you know, that's where, it's very, very, there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires that live in there. And I was able to charge 300 plus per client off estate planning. But with that being said, you don't have to live in those areas in order to pay that much. Usually when it comes to estate planning or any type of documents that you see lawyers have to draft for people, you know that it's going to cost a pretty penny. And the individuals that are charging or are getting these documents done, they have money and they want their job to be done correctly. So I remember I did an appointment for, it was between 300 and like 450. It was estate planning, and the package was thick. Don't get me wrong. It was a big package, and it took me like a little bit over an hour to complete. But let me tell you, when I walked out that appointment, I'm like, whoa, this was equivalent for me doing like 2 to 4 appointments. And I love doing it because instead of having to drive around, go to different locations, park up, get some gas, print out the documents, have to deal with people acting like they don't have money, doing all that stuff, I could just focus on one client and making sure that I do the job to the best of my ability. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. Estate planning. So one of the things I've realized within the notary industry, because it's not a big industry, the small voices are really loud within it because it's very niche. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like being a real estate agent where you could throw a stone inside of a city and probably hit 20 real estate agents. It's not like that. It's like, although you'll have a lot of notaries out there, people that do mobile notarizations and are focused on building a mobile notary business, it's not that much. So when we have people on social media talking about it, regular voices become loud within a small space. And the things that you hear people preach the most is loan signing agent, loan signing agent, loan signing agent, which is great. And trust me, I love it. I love doing anything that makes me some money that I actually enjoy doing. But personally, when I realized that I could make some money doing estate planning, I was like, oh, okay, let me focus on a market that is more of a blue ocean where everybody's not talking about it. Because when I get online, the main thing you hear is that estate planning, which is good. I like I said, I like doing anything that makes money. But when it comes to estate plan, when it comes to loan signing, I'm not really like, oh my gosh, I had to do this loan signing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it is what it is. So with that estate planning, you're able to just knock out one client, do as many of their documents as possible, and notarize it. And God forbid they say they wanted to do it for their wife, because this is how I would double up also. So I'm going to talk about the a la carte services, but when it comes to like a spouse, oh my gosh. Let's say that you're doing estate planning for yourself. Not for yourself. Let's say that you're doing a estate planning for like the man of the family. You could also say that, and you charge them $300. You could also say, hey, we can get that done for your wife as well. Of course, we won't charge her the full amount, so it wouldn't be $600. We could just charge her half of whatever you're doing. So you'll just do half of that $300. So you got it. So for that job, you could just charge them $450, or you could charge them a little bit more than that, $500. You know what I'm saying? So if you give them some sort of deal, now you're doubling up on that. You coming out of this appointment making 500. So when I go on social media, I'm talking about, oh, I made 500 this appointment, and people are looking like, oh my God, that's crazy. How you do it? It's just thinking outside the box. Like, obviously, if you're doing a power of attorney for somebody and you know that they're married, why not ask if they want to do something? Do they just want to go ahead and knock out and do it for their wife as well? Or would they like to do it for their husband? Or would they like to do it for their, do they have their grandparents, or do they have a parent that they would like to do it for as well? You could just have everybody come to the appointment and knock it out. So you're adding value to them, because they'll rather pay that extra bit of money and just make sure that everybody's handled, rather than you going to the appointment and then you leaving and then you having to come back and charge them that full amount. So as long as you can make it make sense, then you're able to double up and get more. So one of the ways I would double, and I forgot to put this on one of the other videos where I was talking about doubling my income, is just by asking for a spouse. Do you have a spouse, or do you like have an elderly parent? Let me put that down so you guys can screenshot if you want. So you can do a spouse, elderly parent, things like that. And then honestly, even your neighbor, even if they have a neighbor, I'm pretty sure I misspelled that. I think it's N-E-I-G-H. I don't remember how to spell neighbor. I'm not gonna lie. But even if they have a neighbor, college educated, computer science major, mind you. Anyways, even if they have a neighbor, you can say that as well. Like, hey, if I'm coming to your location, I know we're knocking out estate planning. Do you have anybody around you that needs to do their estate planning as well? Let's say a spouse. Do you want to do it for your elderly? Do you want to do it for a parent of yours? Do you have any neighbors that want to do it? Because if you do, I can just go ahead and complete everybody at the same time. And because I'm coming out to your location to do a job anyways, I'll go ahead and just discount them. If you dress it like that, not only are you dressing them up to be the hero, because now you're like, okay, they're thinking on their end like, oh, okay, I'm just going to make sure that everybody gets my stuff handled. I'm the man of this household, or I'm the wife of this household, but I'm making sure that everybody around me is getting situated. I'm putting this all together to make sure that everybody can make sure that their estate planning is good and their power of attorney is good. If you can dress it like that, just make it make sense and actually provide that value, bro, your money's big. You're going to like stretch your money a lot more. One thing that I always say is your add-ons as well. And the reason I like the add-ons inside of the estate planning game is because they add up real quick. And it still makes sense. Even though you're adding these additional services and you're showing the customer, the price, it still makes sense. Because if they want to have somebody come up to their location and they don't want to use themselves as witnesses, or they don't want to, let's say they don't want to use their neighbor as witnesses, you're still able to get extra money out of that. Because for each witness now, you're charging $50 per witness. Or you could charge $60 per witness and give that witness that came with you a $10. Like, if they just want to ride with you really quickly and just sign their name, sign their life away, you can go ahead and give them $10. And before you know it, boom, you made $50 extra per witness. And a lot of these documents sometimes, depending on your state, need 2 witnesses. And trust me, I was doing this left and right. And my friends would love when I hit them up, because it's like, oh, it was just lunch money for them. Or just buy them lunch. $14, $15, $20 max. And you made an extra $30 to $40. So do things like this. These little things, these little tactics like that is going to go ahead and just add up that whole, that one job. So when you start hearing about these $300 plus jobs, it's not like out of the blue. It doesn't sound crazy to you. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I like to do is just tell them, like, for example, you'll have clients that get on the phone. This is another tactic I like to do. You'll have clients that get on the phone and they might not know the verbiage. They might not know estate planning, but they will say something like, they will say something like, hey, I want to get a power of attorney done and like a healthcare derivative, and I want to get a will done. And then you could ask them like, hey, do you want to just do the estate planning package? And then they ask what comes in it. And now you're going to list off all the documents. So for them, they might have only known about 3 documents that they need to do for estate planning for themselves. But then when you list off what they need to do, you can say, yeah, we do the health. Usually for our clients, we do the healthcare derivatives. We do the financial and medical power of attorney. We do the X, X, and X. When they hear those additional documents, they're going to look into them and be like, oh, shoot, I didn't even know that this was what it's called. Oh, I need to get those done for myself too. Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to pay for that. And I'll have all those documents ready by the time you get there. So instead of them paying you that $150, that $200, you're letting them know like, hey, I have an estate planning package. You pay a little bit more, but now all of your estate planning is completed. All the things that you need to do is done. So that's what I kind of like to bundle the services as well, because not only are you giving them more ideas on more things that they could get notarized, but you're also making sure that they're even more protected and kind of just enlightening them on extra things that they can get done that they didn't need to know. But this is the untapped notary market for myself that pays 300 plus per appointment. At this point, you just need to learn how to get the clients. The big thing is how, and if you need help with that, go ahead and click the link in the bio, book a one-on-one call with me. I'll help you out with that. And then there's also some more information at the end of this video that can help you. Peace, love. Your boy Knowledge is out. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.